Hi guys, this is Deacon here from Team Crimson.
Matt.
Zach the Great, strongest, the best of everyone sitting here and elsewhere in the entire universe.
He has big dreams. I'm wearing this neck brace because I was in an accident, in case you guys had any questions.
We don't.
You might not, but they might.
Alright, let's continue with the video.
So today we're going to be discussing Booster Set 4, Vilest Deletor. We only talk about the triple Rs and the VRs, and then we will have more conversation about the in detail kind of stuff about the cards later. The first clan is Pale Moon.
Okay, so the first card is Misdirection. It's a grade 2 with 5k shield, 9k attack, and its skill is Auto Vanguard or Rearguard Circle. When placed from hand, cost Counterblast 1, and put a grade 1 or less Rearguard into your soul, draw 2 cards, and put a card from your hand into the soul. Sweet.
Just helps with the soul,
It just
so they can
fuels
just call more stuff out.
Draws, cycles.
Yeah, that's a pretty decent card.
That's pretty decent.
Then this is Pale Moon's VR, is Dueling Dragon, End of Stage. It is grade 3, 12k, it has the Excel marker. Its skill is Auto Vanguard Circle. Once per turn, at the end of the battle, it attacked. If your soul has no cards, cost, put 2 cards from your hand and all of your rear guards into your soul and stand this unit. Then Auto Vanguard Circle, when placed by riding from a grade 3, Soulblast all of the cards from your soul until the end of turn. This unit gains +5, and your opponent cannot call Sentinels from his or her hand during the battle that this unit attacked. It's not my favorite. The restand is nice, but
I'd say it's a 1. I'd say it's a 1 to 2 of.
It's more of a finisher than anything.
But it's just the fact that it just does everything that Pale Moon is not supposed to do.
Yeah, like get rid of their entire soul.
Your entire soul.
It's kind of like what is it? The Dark Irregulars version of that Soul Eater. It does exactly the opposite that the deck wants, and that's not something that they need.
Or Imprisoned Angel Sirquel, which is coming out in this pack.
Oh, jeez, yeah.
That is so dumb. Next is Dark Irregulars.
Alright, so with Dark Irregulars, the first card we're going to be talking about is Dimension Creeper. It's a grade 1, 8,000 shield, or 8,000 attack, 10,000 shield. It's got a continuous rearguard skill. If grade 3 is in your soul, this unit gets 5,000 power. That's pretty solid. And then it's got an Act Soul, cost Counterblast 1, put this card on the bottom of your deck, and you may soul charge 3. Now that, I think, is really good because it helps out with soul charging a lot, not just like one at a time like most cards do.
Well, even like back in the day,
a lot, and recycles. It recycles itself. That's the best
so then
part.
You don't deck thin to the point where you're going to deck out.
Exactly.
I really like that card.
It's well needed for the deck for sure because they deck out so easily.
Especially if they soul charge it.
And it's a soul charge card that they need.
It's a plus regardless because they
soul
charge it.
If you soul charge it, you just
get for 3.
Counterblast. Yeah, exactly.
You +2 into your soul just for putting it at the bottom.
Exactly.
Well, and obviously the soul charge aspect because they haven't had good soul chargers or a good amount that soul charges high numbers. High numbers of cards in soul.
Yeah, they have their grade 2s that soul charge, but
that's not nearly as good as Dimension Creeper. Okay, so and then we got the Dark Irregulars VR, which is King of Masks Dantarian. His art is beautiful, by the way. So his skill is continuous on Vanguard Circle. When you would call a Guardian, you can call a grade 2 or greater card or cards from your soul. Okay, so that's cool. And then Auto Vanguard Circle only. When your opponent's rear guard is retired during your turn, you may soul charge 2.
Sure. It works with the grade 2.
Well, even like attacking it.
Yeah.
It automatically just soul charge 2. And then its third skill, also only on rearguard auto. When a grade 2 or greater card is put into your soul by a card ability, 3 of your rearguards gain plus 5,000 power.
This card's beast. Sweet.
Yeah,
this card's beast.
Well, and you can't think of it as just one card because if you think about it as one card, it's okay. But because of the more support that they came out with,
it's got all the different stuff that helps.
Awesome.
And it has the one grade 2 that puts itself into the soul, and the stuff that you put into the soul, grade 2 wise, if since you're like never going to use it again, you could just use it as guarding.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you have hardly any cards in your hand and there's a big attack coming your way, just it sucks that you have to empty your soul, but even then you empty it for the cause of 5k
Staying
shield
alive.
every single time.
Sweet card with all the stuff coming out.
Yeah.
And retiring a rear guard gaining +5 to I like that card.
Pretty sweet. Pretty sweet
Yeah.
for sure.
The next clan is Murakumo. Fantasy Petal Storm Shirakui or Shiraku. I can't.
Shirayaki.
Yes.
Yucky. It's yucky.
It's a grade 3 with Excel, 12k. Skills auto on Vanguard, Rearguard, or Guardian Circle. When placed, use Soulblast 2. Choose 3 units in your opponent's front row and they get power -5 until the end of turn. If this unit is on Vanguard Circle, or Guardian Circle, they get power -10 instead of -5. That's awesome. Vanguard Circle, when the attack does not hit, return a Fantasy Petal Storm I can't say that. Shirayuki from your drop zone to your hand. So that's awesome because
It gives you a grade 3 no reason.
and it drops their entire entire front row.
Yeah.
And it's only until the end of turn, so Excel clans going up against this are kind of screwed up a little bit when it comes to dropping it, but it doesn't go with the rest of the stuff.
It'd be nice, for like a couple copies of, but do not focus around it.
Yeah,
Well,
I would say
still need the other support for the deck for that.
I was gonna say it'd be a one of two of.
Like it's a decent card.
I
but
still honestly think it's better than Mandalore right now.
yeah, just don't get it in the way of Zengeki and Zanbaku.
Yes, that would be the main deck. I feel like that's gonna be the main deck. Is Zanbaku and Zengeki.
It has to be.
Yeah.
There's no other way.
Yeah,
That's
Well,
good.
Mandela Lord gains power, like all of those kind of cards gain power for them copies being out by themselves, so that's better.
I mean, they gain 3k here.
The only
5K
thing,
here.
but 3k and 5k still means a whole lot.
I mean,
especially
it
when
can
you're
add
Excel
up,
clan.
but
Power to hit force.
also though with Mandala Lord, you have to revolve your grade 2 lineup and your grade 1 lineup with those guys that count as Mandala.
It's the exact same thing, except that one gets you power rather than subtracting power, and this one you have to have the multiple copies of, and when you put it on guard, yes, it helps, but you just minus an Excel circle and minus all this different necessities.
Yeah.
But
So it's
let's
not
continue on.
horrible.
There's
Alright, so moving on to Dueling Dragon King Zangeki. He is a grade 3 with the Excel marker, or Excel gift. He's got continuous Vanguard. If left arrestor is in your front row, this unit gains 5,000 power. If right arrestor is in your front row, this unit gets critical +1. And then it's got continuous Vanguard. If a card with Dueling Dragon and its card name is in your soul, your opponent cannot call cards other than grade 0 from his or her hand to guard circle. So I think
awesome. The only
Automatic,
yeah.
even unboosted, can hit force plus crit, and then they can't use certain cards to guard it, guard restrict for free ride. Basically.
The only bad thing about it is they can still perfect guard that attack. That's
Right.
the
Yeah.
only bad thing about it.
So protect. But I mean,
But
then again,
it shuts down protect. It shuts
it's,
down protect because you have to use grade 0s.
right.
yeah,
So if they don't have any like heals or crits or perfect guards in their hand, or if you're playing fronts, or they can't do anything.
or if you use this as a finisher, like I feel like most people
Right.
would use, you would want to time Zanbaku first.
To
You'd
shut
want
their
to
Vanguard
shut their Vanguard down when you think they're gonna have a big play like the next turn. Shut their Vanguard down. Your next turn go into Zangeki, and then finish them there.
down. Oh yeah.
Because with Zanbaku, they're not getting that twin drive.
They don't get the twin drive, so they don't
So
get
they're
the chance
not-
to get triggers. They don't get
Yep.
a chance to, and they have to stick with what they have in their hand,
Yeah,
and they have to
exactly.
survive that turn that you throw at them.
So I would imagine Zengeki would be maybe a 2, possibly 3 of, but again, you don't want to get in the way of Zanbaku.
He's definitely a 4 of though.
I would
'Cause
say,
if you ride him over himself, he still has that skill.
Yeah, exactly.
And the left and the right arrestor, you won't be able to search them out, but you still can draw into them.
I mean, you could even do it the other way around. You could do Zangeki first and then do Zanbaku.
Yeah.
It would just be a matter of can you have those cards on the field to do the skills,
And it's
which can be shut down pretty easily.
Especially with retired decks, but like we were talking about
Yeah.
earlier, That's why you keep them in your hand until you're going to play.
Yeah, it's all about timing.
Yeah.
Moving on then to Shadow Paladin. We got the grade 1. I was waiting for this. With the 10k shield, it's Black-Winged Swordbreaker. Black-Winged. Stupid. Shadow Paladin, they're all dumb. Yeah, so it's got 5,000 power. I was about to say attack because Black-Winged user. Okay, so its skill is Auto Rearguard Circle. When placed, cost Counterblast 1. Draw a card. And if this card was placed from hand, this unit gets 5,000 power. So it's a free draw card plus power card. Yeah. So that's annoying.
It's like Alan minus the superior calling.
Yeah, it's an annoying card and it helps.
It's annoying, nice. And it's a 5k.
Well,
so
I mean,
that was, you could bring it out, and when it's called, it doesn't have to be from hand. You counterblast 1 draw card.
Well, from hand, yeah.
Okay. I was gonna say because they could just rest that 1.
It has its limitation.
Okay,
so it's good, but it's not
it's not
absolutely
broken.
perfect.
Yeah,
that's what I meant. That's what I care about.
It's not broken.
All right. The next card is Dark Bond Trumpeter, 9k with 5k shield. Pretty decent art, not gonna lie. Really colorful. Skill is Auto Vanguard Circle, Rearguard Circle. When placed, cost Counterblast 1. Search your deck for up to 1 5k or power plus. Or no, okay, hold on. Let me redo that. When placed, cost Counterblast 1. Search your deck for up to 1 power 5k card. Call it to Rearguard as rest and shuffle your deck. And then a second skill is Auto Vanguard Circle, Rearguard Circle. When your power 5 Rearguard is placed, this unit gains +3 until the end of turn. So it is an Alan, but from the deck.
Okay, so basically it calls a 5k power, so triggers, all of your triggers.
Yeah.
As well as it could potentially, obviously, Swordbreaker, it wouldn't get that effect.
It gives you...
But it could do that.
Yeah, it gives you more stuff to retire with Gust. That's what it's there.
So yeah, it's a mass call card, but also it could go in tandem with the 1 grade 1 from the previous sets.
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember her name.
But
starts with like Namain.
Yeah, but don't you have to rest it to call from the deck?
Right. Yeah. So I mean, next turn it would set you up for that
it
if
sets
you
you
wanted
up for
to.
Next turn.
Otherwise, yeah, it's just a mass call card.
Yeah.
I see it as you're on a Gust turn. You need the last 2 to fill your Rearguard circles, so you get 5 crits. Boom.
And just call it out.
Yeah,
you have another card called out for no reason. That's what Shadow Paladin does.
And even then, if you have Gust as your Vanguard, call that 5k over something else. It helps so bad. But
pretty sweet card.
Next.
Alright, moving on to Vilest Dragon, the VR for Shadow Paladin. It's got an auto Vanguard. When it attacks, costs Counterblast 1 and retire 2 Rearguards. Draw a card. Your opponent chooses one of his or her Rearguards, retires it, and this unit gets 10,000 power until end of turn. Then it's got an auto Vanguard skill. When your Rearguard is retired, if a grade 3 card with Blaster and its card name is in your soul, this unit gets +1 critical until end of turn.
That works with everything. So the 2 that you just retired, +2 critical.
Yeah, and all you got to do is have a Blaster in there. Keep
Phantom Blaster
Javelin.
Keep Blaster Dark.
Yeah, Blaster Javelin.
Grade 3 Blaster.
Blaster Javelin. Blaster Dark.
It's only a grade 3.
Well,
that's
Phantom
the only
Blaster
thing.
Dragon. It did say grade 3.
Yeah.
Grade 3 with Blaster. Yeah.
But still,
Phantom
Blaster.
And PBD is a really good card, but honest to God, I think this trumps it just because of the crits.
Well,
and
the fact that it gains more crits depending on how many cards you retire, which obviously Blaster Dark does
10k.
Mm-hmm. It gains
and
to
if you
10K.
Stack your force markers,
right, because you're regretting. It's just it can gain more power, more crits.
Unless you draw a card,
and it doesn't have to necessarily be wasted.
Yeah,
lets you draw a card, and lets you control your opponent's board a little bit.
Right,
because they have to retire.
I think
you can get the max effects out of that one rather than like PBD. You could do it. You could do it twice, but you would still lose out.
I think this.
It has to be what, retire 3 of your opponent's cards.
I think it's fairly good. I think it's pretty good. It's not broken. It's fairly good for the deck.
It's better. But I hear a lot of complaints about it.
Yeah, I hear a lot of complaints about it.
I think people that complain.
I think it's pretty good. Moving on now to Link Joker.
Link Joker, best clan of set, hands down.
Merkumo.
Nah.
You're sort of right.
Okay, so first off, we got Opener of the Dark Gates, which looks like a Starvader, but they're not doing those, so it's just weird for me. It's a grade 1 with 10k shield and 8k attack. And its skill is auto rearguard circle when placed. If your opponent has 2 or less rearguards, cost Soulblast 1. Look at 2 cards from the top of your deck. Call up to 1 card with grade less than or equal to your opponent's Vanguard from amongst them to your rearguard circle. And put the rest on the bottom of your deck in any order. So,
It's a pretty decent card.
yeah, less than your Vanguard. It depends on what grade, obviously,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
still
well,
a
you'd
sweet
probably
card.
still
You're just
do that.
calling, no reason.
Yeah, you'd probably still do that on grade 3 anyways.
Sweet
Just
card.
to get...
It's
a
just
boom.
field advantage.
Yeah, field,
Right.
exactly. And
Because you're already taking
with-
hand advantage from
Yeah.
your opponent, field advantage from your
Well,
opponent,
with
card
delete,
advantage.
With delete, that field advantage is probably going to win the game. Just
Nice.
because any kind of field advantage that you can get, the more power you have, the more they have to drop from their hand.
Sweet card.
But
Sweet card.
next card is Lie Down Deletor Given, which grade 2, 9k, 5k.
Oh, its art is gorgeous.
I actually don't I kind of don't like its art. It looks cool,
Shut your
but I
whore
don't. Its skill: auto and rearguard circle. At the end of the battle, it attacked. If your if your opponent's Vanguard is deleted, put 6 rearguards and cards from your hand in total into the drop zone. Stand your Vanguard and it gets drive -1 until the end of turn. That is a beautiful card.
Yeah,
Because your opponent's
stand
Vanguard.
there.
Yeah.
Still deleted.
Yeah,
You
your
lose
opponent-
And then it
little
lets you,
card advantage.
it lets you
That's,
restand.
that's probably
But they're
going to
lose
part of your finishing
probably
move.
more card advantage.
And-
yeah.
Yeah. And if you have 2 of these on the field, if you somehow have a total of 12 cards that you can get rid of,
Which
but-
is highly
but even
doubt,
then,
but-
even then, you get rid of your field and you get rid of part of your hand to have another huge attack on your
Giant
opponent's
attack.
Vanguard.
They either have to guard
'Cause-
or take or
Well,
die.
And if you
I know,
use
it's
that
crazy.
at the right timing, it could be the final
But
turn.
this card has to be timed right. You do not
Yeah.
use it mid-game and throw away your hand. This is definitely for the finishing.
yeah, that's definitely
Final
for the
blow.
finishing turn. Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's a grade 2.
Yeah.
All right, so let's move on to. It's
Please
a
tell me you
grade
know how to
3
pronounce
Schwarzschild Dragon.
Yeah.
Good job.
You're good.
I was hoping I was getting that right. It's got the force marker. 13k. Act Vanguard once per turn cost. Counterblast 1, choose one of your opponent's rear guards and bind it face down. And then its second skill, Act Vanguard cost. Counterblast 1 and Soulblast 1 grade 3. And turn all cards in your opponent's bind zone face up. Your opponent cannot normal call cards with the same card name as face-up cards in his or her bind zone until the end of his or her turn.
That's awesome.
I think that's really good because if you have a 0, a 1, 2, and a 3 in their bind zone, somehow, just somehow, they can't call 0s, 1s, 2s, or 3s during their turn.
Is it for
It's
Vanguard
obvious.
or Rearguard?
It's just a Vanguard skill, so you have to rewrite it.
See,
Yeah.
but the problem
It's-
is, I mean, it's a good card, but with the other like Joker cards that have been out,
Yeah.
it seems to be
It's like
you
a
have
secondary.
to release
deck
it or
kind
put
of
it into your deleter.
I would say it's a 2 of, it's a 1 to 2 of.
I don't see it being in any deleter deck
the
at
same-
all.
well, the
actually.
same
I see
card
it being a
name.
1 to
The
2
same
of.
card name. That's what makes it good.
Mm-hmm.
Because if they have their main grade 3 Vanguard, if they called 1 to the rear guard, they can't ride on it again.
Right. So it
Like-
has to be something else.
I
don't know. And it's
crazy.
decent, but I don't exactly see it being in deleters. But could be wrong.
Yeah. Well, it'll be like the secondary deck kind of thing. Like
Well, yeah.
that kind of deck. But
I am thinking we get down to the main event. Grey Doll. I'm so excited. Okay.
Grey-eyed Hall?
No. Grey Doll. Grey Doll.
No, it's Grey-eyed
It's
Hall.
not Great Hole.
Don't let him.
It's not Gride All.
It's
Grey Doll.
Grey-eyed Hall.
Okay.
Don't let him fool you.
Waving
Roy
Deleter.
Doll.
Grey Doll. I'm gonna
Roy Doll.
slap you.
Yeah, Matt.
Roy Doll.
Alright, so.
Alright.
Yeah, Grey Doll. Grade 3, Force Gift Marker, 13k. Awesome art. Looks like a beast. And its skill is actually super plain and simple. continuous Vanguard circle. Your opponent's rear guards cannot move to another rear guard circle. Cool. I guess that's awesome.
And that's its only skill.
No. And then obviously it's gonna delete. So another skill, auto Vanguard circle. When placed, cost counterblast 1, Soulblast 1. Choose one of your opponent's rear guards, bind it face down, and if you rode from a grade 3, delete your opponent's Vanguard, and this card gains critical +1. So
Pretty decent card.
It's a simple card,
Yeah.
but it's a good card because it's got a lower skill or lower cost. First off, to
Yeah.
delete.
And the continuous Vanguard circle, your opponent can't move.
They can't move anything, which means if I need to get rid of something that is in the front row, go ahead and attack. If you got back row that you might want to, like, for example, Excel, might want to move it forward.
You can't get
They
those
can't do that.
attacks in.
They can't do it.
Or if
So
you're
if I
like,
want to get rid of their front row, they can't move their back row forward.
or if you're like me playing Grand Blue currently, and you call that one grade 2 Night Mist to a back row to counterblast to superior call a grade 3 back from the
because
drop
your
zone.
field is full or something.
Yeah.
You can't.
Then I can't move it up after, like, say, Skull Dragon retires. I can't move it up my next turn to intercept with it. That's
It's
a really good
back
skill.
there, just sitting there for no reason.
And then it gains
until
plus,
I want to get rid of it.
gains
or you
plus
do.
a crit. I think that's really good. If you use that with Given, that could potentially
that
be
is your
game
finishing
over.
turn.
Think about
This
it.
is-
That it gains a critical. And say by the time you ride grade 3, they're at 2 or 3 damage. Gains a critical. Say they make it to 4 or 5 damage. All you would need is one more crit. You crit 1 drive check out of 3.
Restand.
Out of
And
3
it's
drive
just
checks.
all that power with the force markers that have already stacked. That's 2 rides, obviously.
And Link Joker's probably going to stack it all on the Vanguard just because it delete.
Yeah.
It could, but I mean, yeah, they could spread it around and still do just fine.
Yeah.
Because
Any way
it's
they
still
spread it.
a lot of cards a lot to
think
give
being
up
as their force and being as they revolve around deleting the opponent's Vanguard, it looks like, I think it'd make more sense for Link Joker to stack it all on the Vanguard, to be honest.
Well, they stack on Vanguard and put on rear guards, but
But
Well,
obviously
Vanguard,
because
their
the
their
given
rear
turn
guards
for
are going to
that,
hit that
rear guard's going to be
Vanguard.
retired anyway. Might as well stack it all on the Vanguard.
Yeah.
Sweet card though.
Yeah,
awesome.
it's pretty good.
good card. I feel like delete is really going to impact the meta. How do you guys feel about that?
Okay, so yeah, basically
All right.
we'll start with Link Joker, but yeah, the meta I'm positive it's going to change. Link Joker is going to be one of the forefront.
I feel like Link Joker is going to be one of the decks that you're going to see topping a lot.
They're going to be up there. I mean, I don't. there's no other way to. I don't think you can.
Second, out of this,
Cell decks can't really go against delete.
yeah, no.
It's so hard for them.
Out of this, I think it's going to go. Link Joker is going to be topping a lot, and we're also going to see Murakumo up there topping a lot. I feel like
and
Murakumo.
Shadows.
Shadows
for quite a while.
for quite a while, yeah.
Up until
I'm sure
this
people
board.
will find a way to get around Shadows.
But even then, it's just the Gust Blaster turn. It's what you gotta worry about.
Right. Because I mean, yeah, it's the same thing as PBD. It's better, obviously, but it's a PBD turn.
Yeah.
Pale-
Because it doesn't guard restrict, it's
Yeah.
still a good card.
It's a good card.
Yeah, it's a good card.
It's a good card.
Pale Moon, Dark Irregulars. I
see
feel like
Dark
Dark
Irregulars
Irregulars are going to go
Dark
up
Irregulars-
slightly, but they're not going to make a huge difference.
Slightly, not big.
I see them going up slightly, but I've played against Dark Irregulars. I've played people with Dark Irregulars, and I've noticed the main problem for Dark Irregulars is keeping cards in their hand, because you constantly got to call stuff to fuel their soul. A lot of this new stuff is going to help,
The new
but
support
I feel like it's not going to help too much. It'll boost Dark Irregulars up,
a lot of
but
the
not too much.
stuff that they have soul charges, like the Dimension Creeper.
Yeah,
Just when it's in the soul, +2.
yeah.
But yeah,
I don't think it's going to be
It's
enough
not-
still.
there's
I
not
don't
going to be a
think it's
whole
gonna
lot
be
from
enough.
this set
And
that
Pale
I see.
Moon, no
Pale
way.
Moon,
I don't see it
Pale
going
Moon.
anywhere.
I don't see it really
But-
making a difference. I mean,
I
I feel like Pale Moon's still going to be pretty easy to beat.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, there's really only Link Joker, Shadows, and Murakumo are going to be the possibilities. Link Joker for sure, but Shadow and Murakumo are possibilities for affecting the meta.
Yeah.
Premium, I don't see hardly anything happening.
Premium, especially with
Except
Delete,
for-
they kind of were
Well,
bad.
Waving
alright.
can go with
With
Strike
Premium,
as
I see Murakumo going up in the Premium, because not only can you play the V series right arrestor, left arrestor, but you can also
The
play
original.
the
Well,
originals.
they have the same name. They have the same name though, so you can't play them.
Or you can't play the originals. Yeah, that's true. They do have the same name.
Well,
I mean,
Murakumo.
they do have
Doubt
Shuriaki
it.
stuff coming out, but
That's
Doubt
probably going to be
Yeah,
more.
no.
Dark Irregulars. Pretty sure they'll do.
they'll do.
I wouldn't say better.
I mean,
you can interchange some of the stuff with them,
Yeah.
but like
yeah,
Pale Moon, doubt it. Link Joker, definitely doubt in
There's-
premium. No way.
And there's not
Um,
much that's going to change in premium.
No, yeah, I doubt it. Not with this set.
Well, I feel like with Link Joker, because doesn't the old Grey Dollar, Grey,
I feel like
whatever the other one is,
Yeah.
yeah, doesn't one of them have an auto win skill?
No.
If there's 13 or more
No,
banished leaders?
there's a stride. Yeah, and these cards could potentially help with that.
yeah, that's what I think that is going to
but-
be. But even then,
I still doubt it because there's a couple of the skills, like again Vanguard skills, that you have to delete to vanish, delete, or bind face down, which means you'd have to use their skills, not the grade 4s.
Yeah.
yeah.
And I mean, obviously, NG stride was kind of bad because all you'd have to do to get out of it was
Is
stride.
stride, yeah.
And it-
That is.
or
that's,
obviously
yeah,
or re-ride, whatever.
that is
Um,
true.
but-
So it just wasn't good back then, even. So I doubt that it's gonna help.
That is
Yeah.
true.
I think
Anyways,
that's about it.
that was our set discussion video. Remember to please like this video and subscribe. We'll see you guys later.